Now, as I said, when I go to Memphis, her window gets broke, right? Bogus as hell to break somebody's window in general, but to do it on her birthday, that's the slimiest part. That's greasy as hell. To break somebody's window on their birthday. It's greasy as hell to break somebody's window in general, but to do it on a birthday. Then, not only that, like I said with the lug nut situation, right? With the lug nut situation, I'm not the one that's gonna pull lug nuts off somebody's car. That's dangerous. I wouldn't even do it to my worst enemy because you can catch an innocent person by doing that. You got really severely hurt or unalive a person doing that. I wouldn't even do it to my worst enemy, but I get blamed for that, right? Now, I knew nothing about it. I get a phone call and then I'm getting yelled at about it, right? Same thing with these emails. I'm not the one sending emails. I rarely even send an email. My last email was back in February. I got 3 emails. All 3 of them tied to my name. I'm not the one sending emails. I don't need to use and create no burner. My last email was to a lady, to the city. Now my career is on hold due to these lies. Might I add? So the crash out is right in the face. The crash out is right there in the face. Nobody looking at that person. Everybody looking at me. I'm not the crash out. My friend's not the crash out. Right? Now, look at this. If it was me, I would have been locked up. But I'm not locked up. Because there isn't any proof, because it's never been me. I never been involved with none of this. Right? So, my thing is, how many more lies you gonna tell? How many more lies gonna come from your camp? Because the crash out is right there in the camp with them. The crash out is right there in the face. Knowing he ain't really got to hide. He just doing shit because he know he can get away with it because I'm gonna get blamed for it. That's what the hell is going on. Knowing that I'm gonna get blamed for it. So he know he can pull bullshit and get away with it. That's what the fuck is going on. And the police gonna end up eventually getting his ass. They're just like yesterday. My mama got a phone call from some broad named Brittany. I don't know nobody named Brittany. The last Brittany I know was in high school in Lansing, Michigan. I ain't talked to her since we graduated in 2013. I bet you that person connected to him. Right? Now, talking about she was pregnant with my baby. That's a lie. That's a lie. You could swallow them, but getting pregnant, not by me. That ain't my baby. That baby ain't mine. Now, they talking about they had me tied up at a ransom for $500K. Boy, if you kidnap me, boy, you might as well go ahead and kill me. Don't nobody will care. But also, look at this. If you look at the situation, yeah, you would look at me. But if you really use common sense, why would I do these things knowing it affects so-called my child? My so-called child. It affects her. And y'all know how I'm rocking about my mini. Y'all know how I was with her. Why would I do things to put my child education at risk, safety at risk? All this. Bruh, it's not that deep. It's not even deep at all to do that. The crash out continued the lies because he know people will believe it. He got what he wanted. Now he continued the lies to get more of what he wants. That's what's going on. That is what's going on. And until that crash out is arrested, it's gonna keep happening. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the links to the video, to my videos. Y'all go look at the comments and then look at the. If you don't see the comment, then that bus is just on Chicago Avenue. Now it's all the way over here. Damn. That bus is swapped garages already. But look at the comment. If you don't see it, click newest comment. It'll show right there. That's your crash out right there. That's the one who's having things done, if not doing things themselves, right? Doing these emails that played everybody against everybody, right? Because he knew the lies started being believed. He knew. So now he's doing shit or having things done, knowing it'll be placed on me. And that's the fucked up part, because now I can't even see my daughter. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna never be able to see her again. I ain't gonna never even be able to talk to her again. That would have made my birthday perfect today, talking with my daughter. But that ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna never be able to see her again. I ain't gonna never be able to talk to her again. So, bruh, if you having this motherfucker drop these comments like this, why aren't you paying her transportation fee? If you so-called want my position so bad that you lied like that, why don't you pay it? Fucking crash out. That's some coward shit though. You a coward, man. You wanna fuck with somebody's car? Come fuck with mine. But you know, fucking with my car, it won't affect me because I can fix it right away. So you bother hers because you know it'll slow her up, and you know she'll blame me for it when you're really the one doing it or having it done. And I know you talking with another person because you had to do that. I know it's another person you talking to. I done started connecting the dots. I just ain't got no solid proof. So I ain't leaking your names, y'all names, because I ain't got no solid proof. But it leads right to y'all. But I ain't got no solid proof, so I'm not gonna come out here and drop names and say who it is until I get solid proof. Or until the police come and put handcuffs on y'all. But yeah, that's what's going on.